Every time the 53-man roster deadline creeps closer, you feel it. That edge of chaos, where decisions stop being just about talent and start being about consequence. And this year in Miami, that edge? It's razor sharp. The Dolphins aren't simply trying to plug holes anymore. They're trying to build something tougher, more durable, less predictable, especially up front, especially on that line. Because for a team that's had its share of offensive line nightmares, nothing gets forgotten, not really. So let's say it now. How many linemen does this team really need? 8, 9, 10. Depends on who you ask and what day it is. Depends if you believe in flexibility or firepower, depth or dominance. Because here's the catch. Not every name on this list carries the same weight. Some names carry cash. Some names carry hope. Some names, just baggage. And you can't carry all of it. You look at the projected starters, and you kind of nod. Patrick Paul, Jonah Savaiania, Aaron Brewer, James Daniels, Austin Jackson, young blood, new faces, big contracts. And in the middle of all this, the tension of something that's never fully been proven. You want to believe in it. You almost do. But something pulls at the back of your mind. A flashback to last year, and the year before that. Bodies dropping. Adjustments made too late. That constant scramble to hold the line. Quite literally. So now, here's this reshaped front five. A second-rounder at left tackle. Another at left guard. A 3-year commitment to Brewer. Another to Daniels. And Jackson, still hanging on. Still being bet on. Whether by hope or necessity. But the real heat? It's not up top. It's in the shadow of these starters. It's the names just behind the curtain that stir up the real drama. Because once you hit those depth guys, the fight gets cold. Business cold. Liam Eichenberg, Larry Borom, both walking in with fully guaranteed deals. No cuts here without a check being signed. No quick exits. Eichenberg's on a 1-year, $2.25 million deal. Borom, $2.5 million guaranteed. That kind of money talks, even if the performance doesn't always shout back. But look beyond them, and you find the floaters, the hopefuls, the ones whose contracts might as well be written in pencil. Daniel Brunskill, Kion Smith, Andrew Meyer. 0 guarantees. Just pads, sweat, and the hope of outplaying someone already bought and paid for. This is where it gets ugly. Miami could, in theory, cut one of the paid guys. Take the hit. Burn the cash. But who does that willingly? Who lets go of millions just to keep someone who didn't even get a guaranteed dollar? Not unless something radical happens in August. Not unless one of these bubble guys lights up camp like wildfire. And even then, it'd be a tough sell upstairs. So you start wondering, who's got the edge? Who actually makes it? Eichenberg's on the PUP list. That's not a great start. Meanwhile, Brunskill's adjusting, getting his feet under him in a new system. He might be better. He probably is better. But contracts don't care about that. Brunskill could look sharper in every rep and still find himself gone, just because there's no financial penalty to show him the door. Is that fair? No. But is it football? Every damn time. What if Borom suddenly stands out? What if he locks down that swing roll and makes Smith redundant? That's how quick things shift. And then there's Meyer. They kept him all year on the 53-man roster last season. Didn't play, didn't matter. They wanted him around, wanted to keep him close. That kind of quiet investment says a lot. More than a depth chart, more than a stat sheet. The whispers around Meyer suggest value, longevity, and cheap control for years. Not a bad deal, especially when everyone else costs more and delivers less. So what's Brunskill's path? Does he have one? Maybe. Maybe he plays so clearly better than Eichenberg in camp that Miami has no choice but to eat the money. That's a lot to ask. Is it possible? Sure. Is it likely? But that's not his only shot. Maybe Borom flashes. Maybe the Dolphins decide Smith just isn't cutting it anymore. Maybe the idea of keeping a flexible guy like Brunskill, even without guarantees, becomes too tempting to pass up. But then you've got numbers. Roster math. It's relentless. You're likely keeping 3 quarterbacks, a fullback, depth in other spots that's already stretched thin. Suddenly keeping 10 linemen? That starts to look insane. Not impossible, just heavy. Something's got to give.